Yo, I initially wanted to make a Janemba Neutral guy, but decided to just talk about one of his main neutral tools in more detail. Then I realized this can also be interesting for pressure and mix. Janemba masters already know what I'm talking about, but that's his 6S, a specific part of his key blast. So as you know, if you press S whether grounded or in the air, you can get up to 4 key blasts if held, where 2S makes you get off the floor, and these track 2. You can pick which one of these you want depending on the direction, so 6S makes this one appear, behind and above them the most useful one. Now usually Janemba plays neutral in a more patient way, countering assist or projectiles to get in, dodging, risking counters, or punishing anything with his tracking key blast, and of course universal interactions and movements to win neutral. But besides this passive ways of getting a hit, he has an active way with a 6S, because it pushes them down towards you. So if they jump in particular, it stops and grounds them from any height. The higher they are though, the more you need to delay your timing. This gets strong when it's combined with other tools, most notably his 236H. 6S plus EX slash is a super fast pattern that leads to full combo on hit, working full screen and giving you time to react because of the smash. On blocked, it acts as a frame trap so they can't do anything after 6S. Useful to pin them down for a while. It does take half a bar though, and there's no way to guarantee a hit, but you can substitute it with 236M. This one still reaches but isn't as nice a combo, not as consistent, and is also not as tight on block, but it is a meterless version. 236L can't really be used unless you're closer to them, but this one's harder to confirm anything and true strings. What's good is how you can layer this tactic. The first combination will definitely land you hits and scare them, and once they realize it's a threat, they'll be a bit more passive until after the slash. This is where you can 2-1-4H. The 6S will lock them down for the grab for the same EX marker as a slash, except it's a grab. But you do need to be a little bit closer where 6SM slash, followed with a 6S 214H works so well. So you're using the respect of the slash to land an unblockable while they stay blocking. If they get hit, it gets a little weird though. The same logic for the M and L versions apply as a slash as well. The only thing is that, well, this one is punishable. Super Dash beats it, although the slash can counter that anyway, so they won't always know for sure what you're doing. Unless they're very high up where the grab isn't as nice. So speaking of being high up, you don't always need to commit to a pattern. You can just fire one 6S to bring them back down and continue from there. The only thing is that the recovery on his key blasts aren't great, so you won't be able to move out of it as fast, but what's nice is that you always have access to his teleport if it makes contact. So you can teleport out to advance or retreat. When you're in the air, you can also use 6S 236H pattern 2, although it doesn't hit full screen and can be a bit hard to hit confirm depending on your height. It would be nice if you could just use his J2H after just 6S, like on the ground with 2H, since it's also an anti-air, but you can't. So it's not as good in the air, but this strategy is great after using his level 1. As it brings you to the corner at a close range, all of his 6S pairing patterns become stronger, including the meterless one. Nice to counter up tech jump. M slash is especially good here because it gives you a full combo in the corner. Grabs can reach for combo, where it can give you mix or just kill from being the second touch. You're also closer to take a risk in approaching with normals for your turn. But instant super dash as a gamble on their tech can beat this if used too much, although this is easy to bait. This is why a lot of better Janemba mains always go into his super, since it locks down the corner where they still have an advantage. So as you can see in neutral, these combinations get stronger as you pin them closer and closer to the corner of the map. And as a bonus, you can pair 6S with assists, like with high blocks done to get a turn from full screen away or less from closer. Only thing in neutral to avoid is using 6S as they move quickly forward. It's not fast enough to track and they'll dodge it. So if they have good movement, it's best to time it as they use up their double jumps and are close to land, and especially in the retreating phases of their neutral patterns. Now that was a lot of useful neutral strategies, but I also said it can be nice during pressure. How so? Well, 6S hits from behind and actually pushes them forward still, so it can bring them out of the corner while they block. Might not seem useful at first since it's not the fastest recovering thing, but in Spark you can get access to these types of 50-50s. So 6S into ID for a cross up, or try a same side option if they know it's coming. Sparkless, you can try adding 6S after an IED, where a delayed super dash can be used to cross up or an early one to stay same side. He has some pretty cool conversions off of this too. In Sparking he has even better ones of course since they stay grounded. And you don't have to worry about losing the corner since you can get back into his level 1 setup thing that we spoke about earlier. It's nothing crazy in terms of pressure and mix, but could be interesting on top of his other stuff, especially if they forget it while you're in Spark. Another less practical thing is that you could delay the 6S follow-ups to get a frame trap key blast if they mash, on top of your universal frame traps. But it's very hard to reset here since it's negative, so it's not that strong of a pressure tool, but can be nice to overwhelm things in general. 6S even helps with some combos, as you've probably seen throughout the vid. And that about concludes this character tip. Hope y'all learned something new and that your Janemba levels up. See y'all next time. Peace.